Hello, everyone, and welcome to this important episode of Ignition Time. I'm extremely happy. I have a big smile on my face because I have breaking news from Ignition Time. I'm super happy about this. The House has passed the $1.9 trillion stimulus package. Congratulations. I'm getting a little emotional talking about this, but I'm gonna stay professional and deliver the news as you've come to expect. The House Democrats have passed the $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan. This literally just happened, and this plan, as everyone knows, includes an enhancement of unemployment benefits. This plan includes stimulus checks. It includes aid for state and local governments, and there are many other provisions. Now, it does take time for the House to send a bill as large as this to the president. It's not like they can just go, all right, let's do it. It does take a little time. The president is expected to sign this bill on Friday this week. And so by that time, the bill will become law. Now, there have been a lot of questions from our viewers and subscribers about how exactly this impacts unemployment benefits, how this impacts your tax returns, and how the $10,200 in unemployment benefits for the year 2020 are essentially not subject to federal income tax for households that made less than $150,000 a year in 2020. I have released other videos on our channel talking about that, so I recommend that you subscribe to our channel and that you definitely check out those videos. But folks, here's the bottom line. Let me give you the highlights right now. The highlights are that the House of Representatives has passed the $1.9 trillion stimulus plan, and this is one of the biggest stimulus packages in history. This is actually larger than the CARES Act. I will be doing a detailed breakdown helping you understand how exactly this is different from the CARES Act. And there's a lot of misinformation, quite a bit of misinformation about this bill. The fact that only 9% goes towards the pandemic, the fact that there's money for undocumented immigrants, neither of which are true, by the way. This bill is similar to the previous bills in that there was a portion of the money set aside specifically for distribution of the vaccines and for the pandemic, and the rest goes towards stimulus checks, goes towards unemployment benefit. I'll clear the air and I'll provide you with all the facts. All I ask is you please click the like button, please subscribe. Now, here's the important thing once again. The president is expected to sign this bill on Friday after Congress formally sends over the bill to the White House. So this is very important. This can take some time for larger bills. And when President Biden signs it, that's when it's going to become law. Again, folks, please click like, please subscribe, please enable notifications. I would really appreciate that. Let me give you some of the highlights of the bill really fast. $300 a week in jobless benefits, making millions more individuals eligible for unemployment insurance through the 6th of September, through Labor Day. And it also makes an individual's first $10,200 in unemployment benefits for 2020 exempt from federal income tax. Now, the states may still charge tax, and this is for households that make up to $150,000 in adjusted gross income for 2020. It also includes $1,400 stimulus payments to most Americans, and the checks will phase out at $75,000 in income for individuals, and it's capped at individuals who make more than $80,000. The thresholds for joint filers are double those limits, starting at $150, phase out completely at $160. And it expands the child tax credit for 1 year. It will increase to $3,600 for children aged 6 and under, and $3,000 for children between the ages of 6 and 17. Adult dependents are going to be eligible for stimulus checks. So this includes college-going children. This includes maybe parents that someone is a caretaker of. So if you have an adult dependent, then the adult dependents will get stimulus checks. Not directly, the checks will go to the main filer. So the adult dependents may need to talk to the main filer about that. And it puts $20 billion into vaccine manufacturing and distribution, $50 billion for testing and contact tracing, $25 billion in rental and utility assistance, and about $10 billion for mortgage aid, $350 billion in relief for state, local, and tribal governments. By the way, the Republicans wanted to provide zero. The proposals also provide $120 billion for K through 12 education, increases the SNAP program benefits by 15% through September, expansion of subsidies and other provisions to make more Americans afford health insurance through the Affordable Care Act, and $30 billion in aid to restaurants. And folks, this is going to further entrench Obamacare. Because once more and more Americans get on Obamacare, they're not going to want to get off Obamacare, especially when a significant portion of their health insurance is going to be paid for by the federal government. So this is quite a move from the Democrats in the House, the Senate, and from President Biden. And so, folks, that is it. The House passed the bill, 224, 211 against, without a single Republican vote. And the Republicans said that the job market had improved, and this bill wasn't needed. Now, one Democrat, interestingly, Jared Golden from Maine, did oppose this, and Democrats, as you know, approved the bill in the Senate. All 50 Democrats voted for this bill, and all 49 Republicans. One Republican abstained because he had to travel for a family emergency, which meant that the tie-breaking vote from the Vice President Kamala Harris was not required. But pretty incredible what's happening, everyone. And so this is a new and high and appropriate level of help for many of our fellow Americans, specifically those who are in dire need of help. And I'm hopeful and confident that the stimulus checks will reach our viewers and subscribers very quickly. If your electronic deposit information is on file with the IRS, you can expect the money to get to you fairly quickly. I would imagine sometime next week, because the US Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen has already been prepping the IRS to send out the money. But if you're waiting for a check in the mail, then that could take a few weeks, depending on how the IRS gets around to. Remember, the IRS is now completely overloaded. I know that I know that many of us, it's just putting food on the table, but the IRS is completely overloaded. Tax time is coming up. Then there are all these new laws. There's a new law about the federal tax exemption for unemployment benefits, and then there's the new earned income tax credit, the new child tax credit. So I believe the IRS has their hands full, and I wouldn't be surprised if it takes them a little bit longer to mail out the checks. So just keep that in mind. And then on top of that, the IRS, many of their employees are working from home. I just want you to be aware of what's going on, and therefore plan accordingly. So that's it, everyone. Listen, I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time. I hope you learned something new from this video. Congratulations once again. This is something that a lot of our fellow Americans have been waiting for. I'm really, really very happy. I'm really very excited about this. I've been working hard on my channel for a long time. That work has just begun. Because I want to help you live a life beyond stimulus checks, beyond unemployment benefits. I want to help you achieve a life of financial freedom. So check out the Financial Freedom playlist. Check out the Managing Your Money playlist on our channel, so I can help you prepare for the next phase of your journey. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode of Ignition Time. Take care. Bye.